Welcome to Cam, I think. I'm getting wet still though, but anyway, we have arrived in Cumbria. It's taken us 6 hours possibly for a 4.5 hour drive. Met a lot of traffic, all that kind of thing, of course. Yes, what do you think of my Cam? It is chucking it down out here, and I expect it to be kind of this weather for the whole of our Scotland trip, but fingers crossed it's not going to be like that. We are in a camping and caravanning CL site, or was it CS site? I can never remember. It looks quite pretty, to be quite honest. There's the farm there. I think it's Croft House Farm we're staying in. And somewhere over there is, beyond the cloud and the rain, are the lakes. We're a few miles away from the lakes, but I can see some mountains. I don't think they'll come out on the camera, but yeah, it looks very pretty. Well, it would be if it wasn't for the wet stuff. Tomorrow we are heading out up to Scotland, and we're going to visit my friend Jason. Hi, Jace. Yeah, it's going to be good. He's only about an hour and a half away. I'd say that's about 2 hours possibly, and that is in Scotland, so we're really looking forward to that. We've not seen him for a while since he's moved up there. And then after that we're going to be heading up to the following day. We're going to be heading in deep into Scotland, probably going around the Cairngorms, and heading to Inverness. That's the plan, but that is as far as the plan goes really. Of course we're going to be heading around the North Coast 500, which starts and ends in Inverness. Let's bring you along for the ride, shall we? Right, so as you can tell, this is not Cam anymore. The rain has actually stopped, and we've gone for a walk. Herman's not very far away.
Herman's just over there.
And just look at this spectacular view.
Herman's found a stone. Oh look, it's him over there.
From the site that we're at. Wow. The clouds, the mist, the rain have moved on, and that is the view. Okay, so we've left our campsite in Cumbria, and we're going to make the 2-hour journey off into Scotland, where we're going to meet up with Jason. Dry stone walls everywhere around here, but it makes it for a very interesting place, don't you think? Last gear, we can't go any lower.
The destination is on the right.
Our destination is here.
Is it? Are we in the right bit? Oh yeah.
So we've just left our friends Jason and Iris, and I think we've also, fingers crossed, left the weather behind. It's not rained this morning. Well, it's a little bit of rain, but yeah, it was kind of, as soon as it started, it stopped. And now we're heading in the direction of Inverness, and that is the start of the NC North Coast 500. We've got to go round Edinburgh. Currently we're heading in the direction of Jedburgh, and the scenery is just amazing. But I'm sure it's going to get better when we get further north into the Highlands. We've got a big journey ahead today. Sat nav says about 5 hours, 4.5, 5 hours. That's to Inverness, but I don't know whether or not we can be getting to Inverness today, depending on whatever. Just taking it as it comes. So, we're going to journey along here and enjoy the scenery, I think.
Services. No more now. Should we have a little cut off, do you think? We made it across the bridge. Oh. His fingers do take.
Hey everybody, we have finally arrived at our destination. It's taken us about 6 hours to arrive at Inverness. We are currently at the Torvian caravan site, I think it's called. Quite a nice place. Yeah, 6 hours, but we have stopped off at a distillery for a quick break, and of course we had some lunch. 617 miles from home so far, so that's pretty good, and it's our third day, end of our third day. Tomorrow we're going to go to Inverness and have a wander around there, and of course, as you can see, I've got my minions cleaning Herman. She's either ignoring me or she didn't hear me. Over the last few days we've been having a couple of problems with Herman. So I just thought I'd mention them. First of all, the shower doesn't always work, kind of intermittent, but you know, that's all right. And then, oh yeah, the wing mirror. Let's just check the wing mirror. We've had problems with this wing mirror before, but it kind of came loose again. So it's not too bad actually. You can see here, it's there's two screws up here, and they're not very secure. They're a bit threaded a bit. So anyway, kind of sorted that out by wrapping the bolts in paper. So that's pretty stable temporary fix. Anyway, the other problem is that This locks? No. So the battery, which we fitted into there the other day, it has not been causing us problems, but we've been having problems with electrics, and I'm hoping I've solved it. When I fitted the battery the other weekend, I know there's a couple of fuses there, and I noticed one of the fuses was a bit buggered, a bit wrong, melted, and it's just in there, the fuse. I've now replaced it. But yeah, and we haven't had any problems yet, so fingers crossed, touch wood, that is all done. So anyway, like I said, tomorrow we're off to Inverness, main town, take a look at, there's a castle there and a few other things. I want you to do this properly.
I know, I'm trying, it won't come off very easy, it's all these gunk.
You've got the bug spray. Weather-wise, it's been on and off raining, and there's blue sky out there now though, which is fingers crossed that it holds for the rest of the 2 weeks. But anyway, I'm going to end the video now because very tired, and we'll see you in the next episode where we're going to Inverness. Bye bye now. We are in Inverness in Scotland. And today we decided that rather than do some driving, we've done a lot of driving in the last couple of days, that we're going to head into Inverness and take a look around the town. Not too sure what is there. We know there's a castle there, but it's not open to the public. I think it's something like the town centre or something, town hall. But yeah, we're currently walking along the River Ness. Yes, that's right, the River Ness, which is connected to Loch Ness, as in the Loch Ness monster. And it's Inverness is not very far. The main town is not very far from away from our campsite, which is pretty good. Probably 20-minute, 25-minute walk. Zoe's just reminded me that Inverness is the capital city of the Highlands in Scotland. Not capital city of Scotland, because of course that's Edinburgh. But yes, there you go, a little piece of useless information. That was pretty.
I haven't even got to Inverness yet, and as you don't.
Yeah. So that was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
Very impressive.
An Atlantic salmon. It's ginormous. It was about, I don't know.
Yes.
Gets bigger every time you do it. And this is Inverness Castle. It's not open to the public unless you're Crimbo, because this is a magistrate's court now. It's got a spectacular view of the River Ness and the surrounding countryside and town. Okay, so there's a plaque here and there's bagpipes in the background. But if I read the plaque, interesting, it says, when Mary, Queen of Scots, visited in 1562, that's a few years ago, the governor had entrusted the castle to his captain. The captain refused entry to the Queen, causing great offence, so he was executed and his head displayed on the castle wall for all to see.
Wow.
Morning everyone, it is Tuesday the 23rd of May. Had to check my phone for that. So we are leaving Inverness today. At the information centre we managed to get an official North Coast 500 map. We are about here somewhere. We are down here in Inverness. And we're going to be heading away. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're going to be heading along the A832 west towards Applecross, and probably, I don't know if we'll be going round Applecross. Certainly won't be going down the Liac Nabar. But then, yeah, no idea how far we're going. But we'll soon find out. We're not going to use the sat nav. It's not necessary to use a sat nav. Looking at Zoe because she always wants the sat nav on. But yes, it is sunny today. Well, it has been sunny between 8:11 and 8:17, and it is now sunny now for the next couple of minutes. So hopefully it'll last longer. So anyway, we should be getting on our way. I'm a bit excited, but also apprehensive as well.
Take the electric out now, shall I?
Yeah, Zoe's still packing away. Yeah, I'm do the electric, and yeah, we'll be on our way.
Oh, all right, chosen the right route. Wow.
There's a train coming.
You wanted the scenic route?
Yeah, I wanted the scenic route.
Oh, I did.
There's a scenic route, and there's a train. Not very big, are they?
And we're on it. Right, we can go back now.
It's loudly suggested by Zoe. We are actually now on the NC 500 coming out of Inverness. We went a bit wrong.
Well, we didn't go wrong. You just wanted the scenic route. You didn't want the A9. So we just want to keep going on that.
Yeah, want the scenic route rather than the dual carriageway. So we have just left the Glen Ord Distillery. Now, I've never heard of them before, not that I'm an expert in whiskies, but that is because their market to Asia. Wow, look at that scenery! They make the Singleton whiskey, and when they ship all their whiskey, all of it, to Asia, to China, India. We weren't allowed to take any photographs. Inside, yeah. And it did smell lovely though, didn't it? You could smell all the distinct flavours. Banana and orange you could smell.
Yes, I can smell banana.
At some point. Banana. Yeah, very ripe banana. It was quite interesting. We've never been to a distillery before. We had a tour, that was £6 each, but that gave you £5 off a bottle of whatever you wanted. A bottle of whiskey of any make that they had there.
So the tour cost £1.
So yeah, and the whiskey cost 70.
Then you tasted a bit of whiskey, didn't you? So really
Yeah,
the
that's
tour
right.
didn't cost anything.
You get a chance to have a little sup of their whiskey, the Singleton 12-year-old.
But yes, it's to kind of make you buy them.
And then he said, well, probably it'll taste differently when you add some water. Now I usually,
I thought it tasted better with the water.
but he literally put in a drop.
Yeah.
A drop. Yeah, a tear full.
Which made so much difference.
It did make a difference.
I didn't think that would make any difference, but it just goes to show.
Very interesting. Okay, so we've stopped at this area and I'll just show you where we've been today. Here we have the official NC 500 map, and if I zoom in or move the camera closer, hopefully you can just about see that. So this is where we started, Inverness. This here is the distillery, the Glenore distillery, which we stopped at, and then we had Roggy Falls, possibly. Roggy Falls. Followed all the way around here, and then this stretch of road here is all single track. Applecross is just there, and here, this pass here is Billac Nebar, which is, well, quite impassable for a motorhome. So we decided to come up here to Shildag. So in total we did about 100 miles today. And we're currently in a camping area. Let me just show you that actually. Let's go outside and take a look. So this camping area is obviously, well, it's just free. And nice scenery over here. Lots of people here as well. But over in this direction, just behind Herman, is a big mountain. Now you can't see that on the camera very well, but that is really tall, and we're sharing the area with a few locals. Yeah, it's getting a bit wet now, but it's very pretty. So this is our first wild camping in Scotland. Yeah, quite exciting. It's another great view from the camping area.
We've just left Shildag Campsite, and it's rather beautiful.
It's hardly a campsite.
Well, it's hardly a campsite, but it's got all the facilities, hasn't it?
No, there's no toilet really.
Well, there's a toilet down the hill. There's water.
Getting it all wrong?
No, I'm getting it all right, Anthony. The only thing it doesn't have is electricity, isn't it? But
yeah.
I was very impressed with that. I wasn't over keen on staying at the side of a road, because I just thought, you know, all the traffic going past and the noise, and it's not very safe, is it? So that was very, very, very nice. What are you doing, Auntie Dane? Passing over to Auntie Dane.
I'm going to put the camera on the mirror
Is that
now.
me?
Wow! We haven't gone far, and look at the day already.
Got that mist over the water, isn't it? Wow.
So, it's another...
What day are we on today? Wednesday?
Well, it's drizzly at the moment. It's all drizzly at the moment.
Look at that water though.
Yeah. It's a shame we couldn't camp down there. But... Second day
Silly things.
on our trek around the North Coast 500. And in the last first 2 minutes...
Look at that, yeah, because it looks very blue.
Ooh! Oh, I thought that was the road then. That car down there.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
No.
thought it was parking area.
You going along a towpath?
No, he said it was a parking area.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I hope. I hope. You might have said 450 metres there. Alright, we'll just have to reverse.
No, we're not reversing.
Well, I'll have to reverse, won't I, if I'm stuck?
You're local now. It's a passing lane.
This is not right.
Shall I go and have a look? Oh.
I'm sure it's just down here. Static caravans, but if you close one eye, I'll just pull up. Wow. How is that for a view? Fantastic. Whoa, that is impressive, don't you think? Mountains over there, couple over there. That is stunning.
Well, that's not much of a view, is it, my love? I think we've done well not being able to get into the camping caravan.
Yeah.
What a lovely man.
What bad luck turns into good luck. So we went to the camping and caravan site Interview. Oh, I can't remember how you pronounce it.
Pouilly or something.
And it was packed. It was
Fully booked.
fully booked.
Well, that's not a bad view.
But a few miles down the road, 10 miles down the road apparently, is, you know the name. No, you don't know the name. You
I
can't
do
remember
know the name, but I can't remember it. Grand Bay, yeah, Grand Bay.
Grand Bay.
Have you got the key, my love? I'll put the electrics on.
Very good. So bad luck turns into good luck,
Oh,
I think.
lovely.
Here's the official map again of the North Coast 500. And today we started off at Shielgag, something like that. And of course this is all single track, all this dotted line. and then we took a left and headed kind of north, I suppose. And the road follows the Loch Marie. All along here is beautiful, and you can stop off at a few points. And there's a particular point there. I can't remember what it's called though. Beautiful view of the loch there. I thought we did think about stopping there, didn't we, for the night? But it was quite early still. And then of course, we come around here. We were gonna. This is a camping and caravan club site just here, and we decided we was going to go in there for the night, but no room at the inn, unfortunately. So we headed to Gruand Bay, and that is where we are right now. So in total, we've done about 55 miles. Let's take a look at that, should we? This is day 3 of our trip around the NC 500 in Scotland, and we've not seen that before, have we? This has got to be our first day where it's really quite warm, and hopefully it's going to stay like this. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Windy.
Just had our breakfast, got our juice and our coffee. And we'll take our time, but we'll be moving out pretty soon. From here, we've been watching seals. Well, one seal, not two at a time, but seems to be moving around a lot. There's loads of little birds on the coast here. But yeah, it's really quite pretty, isn't it?
Very nice.
Oh, it's so idyllic. Idyllic. What a beautiful day for a drive around the NC 500. I don't want to complain, but it's a bit hot. You don't think?
I think it's just nice.
Yeah, okay, I'm a bit warm. It's a bit dangerous because you're looking out the window, and of course you're not looking where you're going. That's my excuse.
Yeah.
If we need to call upon an insurance company. There's a bit of mist. Or is that a fire? Is that cloud? Oh, that looks really eerie. Cloud.
Is it cloud? A bit weird, isn't it? This is Kylesku Gorge. We hope we're pronouncing that correctly. It is really a really deep gorge, and it actually reminds you of Melang Gorge in Canada, and that's quite deep as well in spots. But this is really spectacular. They have a suspension bridge which you can cross the gorge,
pretty hair-raising stuff, and they have a viewing platform which can actually see the gorge from a different perspective. Back to Herman now and the NC 500. Okay, so we're now in Ullapool and we've just had lunch in here, the tea store, and just had a lovely haggis panini, gorgeous. And Ullapool has a massive free car park. So it looks like we've come across an accident.
Oh, lovely.
Could see the helicopter. It went over us 20 minutes ago, didn't it? When we were stationary at the castle. We hear there's a motorcyclist that's come off, so hopefully he's all right. Hold on a second, let's just back this truck up a bit. Now when we went over this bridge, it was getting a bit late. We were in a rush to try and get to a campsite before it filled up. And I hadn't realised that at the time, but this is Kylesku Bridge. I've seen this on Google Maps and I was quite interested in actually stopping here for the night. But it appears that we completely skipped it. Just look at the view from the bridge using Google Maps. And at the north side there's this massive car park where I was hoping to park up. But alas, I completely drove straight over it, was pretty impressed by it, and then just continued. Never mind. Maybe next time we'll stop here. Okay, so we have arrived at Scourie camping and caravanning site, and today this is our third day going around the NC 500, and I think I've calculated that we've done another 100 miles today, or approximately 100 miles. So let's take a look at the map. Where we started was Grinard Bay, and we started off of there and we headed down, went through Braemar, all the way up here. This is Ullapool. Had lunch at Ullapool, so it's only a few hours of travelling around there. Headed north, and we went a bit wrong here. Instead of going, well, we went a bit further up here, then come back down thinking that we was going the wrong way, and then ended up going down this road here. But we managed to see some, what I think were wild red deer, which is great. Anyway, figured out our mistake, headed back north, and stopped off at Ardvett Castle. Lovely spot there. We did consider staying there in the night. There's a large car park there. But anyway, we headed up north again, and around about here I think, we saw that accident. And we arrived here at Scourie. And I tell you, it is so busy here, it's unbelievable. Now tomorrow we've got this section of road to do. So where's Renock? Recarnick, I mean. I think it's there, somewhere around. Oh, there we are. There's Recarnick, and beyond Recarnick is this dotted line. So the dotted line means that it's passing bays. But see these two symbols here? This basically means caution, careful driving. So of course that could be treacherous with little Herman, but anyway, that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Now it's time to absorb that sun, because it's been hot all day. So he's been whinging about it, actually. Very unlike her. The fourth day of our trip around the North Coast 500 in Scotland. We have just left Scourie Camping and Caravan site. It was really busy, wasn't it?
It was very busy.
Yeah, we've kind of been a bit lucky with getting electricity there, apparently. One of the last. But it looks like it's going to be another beautiful day. And we've just been talking to somebody, and they say the best scenery is from now. I can't quite believe that myself, but that is it. So let's see, shall we? Now I have noticed, although I am behind in my video making, I've only made one, so I should have made 4 by now. I have noticed that all the videos are just going to be of scenery, so I hope that doesn't
put you off watching any more of your videos.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, who can be bored of this, to be quite honest? But yeah, so anyway, keep watching. I'm sure the scenery ahead is going to be even better. So we are told. Herman's waistline.
It's quite thin. he's not a watch, is Herman?
This is Scourie Cave, and here we went on a, I guess it's like a caving expedition, but in a boat, a little rubber dinghy. Only £5 each, so we thought we'll give it a go. And about 20-minute long it is, so yeah, great. Stay there if you like.
Yeah, should we?
Or next to these guys.
Yeah. Well, upset, I suppose. Do you think? Or do you want to go and see? We got upset. It's all right. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, this is the end of day 4 around the North Coast 500 in Scotland. So let's take a look at the map and see where we've been today. There is our map, and if I zoom in, we can see that this is Scourie. So we left here this morning, some beautiful scenery around here. And then we took off, and then we went past Reconic, and then of course this dotted line here is our Passing Bay roads. Just past Inverness, about here, is the Scourie Cave. Which was very impressive, wasn't it? And a bit further along was a very impressive beach, wasn't there?
Award-winning beach.
Yeah, very nice beach. And apparently had dolphins and stuff there as well. So we didn't see
Actually,
any.
the beach was right next to Inverness, wasn't it?
So all along here was quite pretty. And then the scenery changed somewhat as we were going around here, along past. Around this lock here. Took us, seemed like ages, didn't it?
Yeah,
not too sure about what these symbols would mean.
Well, it was very narrow, wasn't it, the road?
Yeah, but it wasn't that tricky to navigate, to be honest.
I think Herman did it very easily.
And then anyway, we've ended up at Tongue. Well, not actually at Tongue.
Just before.
So this is the this inlet here. This is the Kyle of Tongue. And we took this road just about there. There's a sign that says there's a campsite up here somewhere. But we've actually pulled over on the side of the Kyle of Tongue. And we're going to stay here the night, doing a bit of wild camping. So I think we've done about 55 miles today. So let us show you where we are. So we parked Herman in, well, imagine it's like a parking lay-by. And just over here is the Kyle of Tongue. Look at that. It looks like the tide's out a bit at the moment. Other people have the same idea. And yeah, you can see a massive mountain range over in the background. Someone's just fishing just there. Really does look impressive. And over here, you've got people look like they're searching for oysters or something. So he's demonstrating there. We're using Herman as a hide so we can check out all the birds that are on the on the Kyle of
I'm
Tongue.
hoping that the seals and the otters are all going to come out tonight.
Yeah,
So we've been told
that would be
on the
magical
board.
if we could see it, if we saw an otter, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that's going to be it for this episode. In the next one, we'll be heading east towards John O'Groats, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye now. So that's going to be it for this episode, I think, and see you in the next one when we go a bit further around, heading towards Gretna Green. Bye bye now.
Gretna Green?
Gretna Green? Not Gretna Green, what is it?
John O'Groats.
Oh, goodness.
Gretna Green is down here.
It is around 10 o'clock on Saturday the 27th of May, and I have been out here since 6:30 this morning. It's so peaceful and idyllic. This morning I had the opportunity and the luck to see an otter. And Zoe, she was in a pit, even though I called her a few times. You were dead to the world.
Well, it's up at 6 in the morning, my love.
Well, at that time, it was about 7 then, I think.
Oh.
Anyway, I don't think we're in a rush. We feel like we've kind of almost around the NC 500. Now, this is our 5th day. And we'll be heading east towards John O'Groats. I don't think we'll be getting that far, but anyway, it's about 70 miles away, I think. Now, these people here, they've been doing it for weeks. They've been doing like 20 miles a day or something like that. So they're retired, so they're taking as much time as possible. And then beyond there was another couple, an elderly couple, and they've been doing it for months.
Well, they're doing it from April to October, aren't they?
Yeah, so they travelled up from Peterborough.
6 months.
And then they're just slowly going around. They've done it many times, apparently. But I don't know if I can be bothered now. I'm so relaxed.
Well, we might go a little bit further on.
Oh yeah, we
coast,
will. We'll
'cause I
be
think
moving
it'd be quite
on.
Nice to.
But we stayed here the night along this the Kyle of Tongue,
Beautiful
which is
place.
a lock. But yeah, it's so hot. Anyway, we'll be getting on soon. It's gonna be lunchtime soon though, and we'll be stopping again.
No rush.
No rush. So this is the end of our 5th day touring around the North Coast 500 in Scotland. Today we've done about 50 miles, and let's show you where we've been, or where we come from, and where we are now. So here is our map. It's starting to get a little bit tatty, it's getting ripped. Now here we zoom into Tongue. So there's Tongue. And this is the Kyle of Tongue. Or it's more of a lock. It's like a lock, I suppose. And then we stayed just off this road here, and we basically started there. Anyway, we journeyed on. We headed east, and we went all along here, all the way to Thurso. Now, this whole length here wasn't so pretty, we think, as the rest of it. All right, so it was very flat. It was still hilly, but it was very flat, and well, it was
Didn't have the wow factor, did it?
exactly. It didn't have no wow factor with it.
With the mountains.
In fact, not saying anything about Dartmoor, but it did remind me of Dartmoor.
Yes.
All those kind of thistle, what do they call them?
The
Heather
gorse.
and the gorse and all that kind of thing, and just a rolling hill. So no mountains. So it's very flat. So Thurso, well, it's okay. I'll have to show you actually. Show you this campsite right now. But very tiring day, I thought. I'm very tired today. Just doing 50 miles. Campsite looks okay. It's in the middle of town. Oh, sorry, it's on the edge of town, overlooking the beach and the cliff and some rocks below and whatever. So that looks pretty nice. Town itself, though, I wouldn't suggest coming here.
No.
Move on, probably. Okay, so I'm now standing on a cliff. And just over there is Herman. He's not very far away, but if I pan around, you'll be able to see that I'm on quite a high cliff, over 20 meters high. And obviously rocks as tide is coming in. And this though earlier was all beach, so you could actually scramble and walk over to here, very easy to get to. And just over there is the actual main town. So anyway, that'll be it for this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Yes, the wet and rain has returned. Wind and rain. Today we're in Thurso, and which is the uppermost northern point town in Scotland, in the UK, except for the Scilly Isles, so it's just mainland. And the glorious hot sun has gone. It is, I think, Sunday. No idea the date now. 6th day of our tour around the North Coast 500. And today we'll be heading to John O'Groats, which is a little bit east from here, probably about 30 miles, I think. And then we're heading south along the A9. Now I'm expecting the A9 to be a quick road, and unlike what we've been witnessing so far, which is you can just stop off and pull over to the side. So I'm expecting like a dual carriageway kind of thing. But anyway. Let's see what it's like, shall we? Let's head off in that direction. We've now left Thurso, or Turso, however you like to pronounce it.
Thurso.
Is it Thurso? As in Thursday. And just seen a sign, John O'Groats, 20 miles. And the weather, as you can see, has not cleared up. Well, it's stopped raining at least. Still windy, a bit chilly, unlike the last few days. Whew! We have arrived at John O'Groats.
It's
Oh, I hope it's John O'Groats.
It's got enough signs saying it's John O'Groats.
It's heaving here. This is more busier than Land's End, which is at the far end of the country.
And we're surrounded.
3 Heimers in a row as well. So ends the end of our 6th day travelling around the North Coast 500. So let's take a look at what we've done today then, shall we? Here is the map. This morning we started at Thurso in the campsite there, and then we took this road here. We stopped off at Castle of May.
No, we stopped off first of all at the Dunnet, didn't we?
Oh yeah, that's right, you are correct. First of all, we stopped off at Dunnet Head, which is just there. We had the spectacular views of the birds. Puffins, razorbills.
Yeah, guillemots.
Guillemots.
Herringull. Well, I think they were meant to be gannets as well, but
I didn't see any gannets.
no, I didn't.
Then we went to Castle of May, and this is an interesting place. This was where
Queen Mother.
Elizabeth Queen Mother. She bought it, renovated it, and basically had holiday there. And then we headed out, and we finally arrived at John O'Groats. Looked around there for a bit, and we are currently near Auchengill at a place called Nibster Brock. Basically a little car park, and there's a walk to this ancient archaeological well, it's not a dig site, but it's like a village. But I'll show you. Actually, we're going to go for a walk now and take a look around. Yeah, so today we've decided that we're going to do another day of wild camping, or another evening of wild camping rather. So Herman's over there showing the car park, a small car park with another motorhome. Not too sure if they're staying the night. And then behind Herman is this lovely little bay, very rocky, lots of rock pools down there. I'll go and investigate later. But yes, it's very beautiful. Kind of feel isolated as well. And of course it's very windy. Hopefully it won't keep us up all night. Wow, just look at that pillar there. It's just sticking out, separated from the main part here, but at the bottom it's still connected. And right back here, if you can see that, there's a tiny little piece of rock just sticking out about a metre. You could probably stand on that. I am standing at Nibster Brock. There's Herman. He looks very far away, but he's only a 5-minute walk along the coast here. Nibster Brock is said to be one of the most spectacular Iron Age settlements in Scotland. Over 2,000 years old, Brocks were once tall dry stone wall towers, but only 5 feet of the wall now stands. That big circular donut shape is what is left of the Brock. It has an internal diameter of 23 feet, and the walls are 14 feet thick. Nibster Brock was surrounded by a village-like settlement where the stone buildings were interlinked by stone passageways. And you can make out some of the passageways and buildings over here. This passageway where I'm walking leads to the middle of the Brock. Not sure what they would have been used for, maybe gatherings or the homes of important people, but these imposing structures would have dominated the landscape and maybe shown the strength of power over the surrounding community. This is Marvin's Tower, built in the 19th century by the person who first excavated the Brock.
I think it's a bit out of place, don't you think? There are stone gargoyles and a statue of a little boy on top. Very weird. Looking over there, back at the Broch, you can see the shapes of the mounds of what's left of it. This beach is nearby. We were the only ones there. And these rock pools, they gave me an idea.
cut loose. So we've stopped off at Noss Head. Now the reason why we're here is, well, this is where somebody had told us where we might see whales, but also it's a castle. Now we've just seen a picture of the castle, like a drawing, but I think it's going to be a ruin.
It did look like a ruin from the
I think it's
road,
going to be just like 1 metre high walls.
most of them
outlining
are
it,
ruins,
yeah.
aren't they?
But well, we shall see. Where are those whales? So it looks like I was right. A castle ruin. This is Sinclair Castle. So this appears to be the castle harbour. There's some sort of walkway here. Maybe when the tide was high you could jump on a boat. But it does look like as if someone started a trend with all these stone balancing. There's lots of them. Driving through the golf course. Okay, so this is the end of our 7th day touring around the NC 500, and it's the 2nd day in a row that we'll be doing wild camping. Now, where we are, I've now just forgotten. Where are we? You can tell me.
We're at Donnock Beach.
Oh, okay, yes, so Donnock Beach. We've just driven
About a mile away, I suppose, from the main town.
there's Herman. He's staying in the car park at the moment. Tonight is what I mean. We'll be staying there, overlooking the beach, overlooking the North Sea, and we've just had to drive through
A golf course.
a golf course.
We've got some funny looks.
It looked a bit weird.
Around the golf course.
No, that's the only road through. But yeah, I think so. Yeah. So let's go back in Herman and we'll show you what we did today. It is a bit chilly outside and very windy, but of course we're now back in Herman. I'm looking at the map here of where we're going, where we've been rather. We started. I'm looking for it. We started. Where did we start? Oh yeah, here we are. We started about here, near Auchengill. And then, we travelled down south, went to Noss Head, went straight through Wick. It's
quite a large town, wasn't it? It wasn't too bad. Wick.
And we visited the Sinclair and Grenigo
Yeah,
Castle.
so just off Noss Head is Sinclair and Grinogu, whatever that, Grinogu ruins. That's that castle we went to. Come down here. Trying to remember what we did now. Down here, this is the really. This bit here was quite hair raising. That was the hairpin, wasn't it? I think that was the hairpin. This might be the hairpin. But anyway, we continued. Went through Helmsdale. That doesn't look too bad. We should have stopped there maybe, but we were kind of.
Overexcited. No, Glossby was nicer.
Glossby.
So you stopped at Glinish for your whiskey.
That is correct. Yes. So Brora. What we did here. We stopped here. I'll just show you this bit where it says Brora. We stopped here at the Glinish Distillery. But we also stopped at the camping and caravan and motorhome site. We thought about camping there, but nobody was there. The reception was shut, so we just emptied our tanks and filled up with water and then disappeared. I think you can do that since we're members. I think we can, but we're
too late now.
Yeah, we've done it now. Anyway, so we. Where are we? Oh, so we drove all the way around here, and then now we're actually at Donnock, just about there actually. And there's a golf course there, and yeah, so we're camping, wild camping, and that's basically it. We've done about 90 miles today. And looking at the map, that's quite some distance. I didn't think we would do that distance today. Really would like to get onto the Black Isle, which is about here. Maybe
So you will do that tomorrow.
Do that tomorrow, yeah. And that'll be our
most of Scotland done.
NC 500 done, I think. But anyway, we'll see you in the morning. See you tomorrow. Bye bye now.
Bye bye.
Oh, I thought you was going to get a nod. Ta-da!
Ta-da!
So, what's this? This is now day 8, I think, of our tour of the North Coast 500. We are heading south now. We're leaving Donnock. And we're heading towards the Black Isle and Inverness, and that would conclude our tour. But of course we got to go home, and the way we're going to be doing that is, well, the plan is that we're going to be going down Loch Ness. I think it's the A82 from Inverness, and kind of take a scenic route back. We've only got, how many days have we got left to get back home?
What are we today? Tuesday, Wednesday,
was that
Thursday,
5?
Friday, Saturday, 4 days.
So, oh, okay, so we've got 4 days before we got to get back home. Arrived at Channery Point on the Black Isle, right near Rosemarkie. The weather has turned a bit drizzly right now, but anyway, what's here is bottlenose dolphins, and it's kind of a given, really. We were out there for a good few minutes taking video, and there's lots of people there to take photographs and stuff. So yeah, so take a look at these shots. And let us know if you've actually been here and seen bottlenose dolphins right on the coast, right on the edge. I would say you could almost touch them, but you can't.
word of warning. Parking there was a bit tight.
It's
Wide. It's a bit tight. There are signs to say no vehicle over 12 meters, was it?
Yeah.
Which is twice the length of Herman. But
There are small bays.
they're the size of car bays, and you can't back out over the, you can't.
There's like the wood panel sticking up
wood
in the back.
surrounding the whole car park, so you can't actually lean the back or front of your motorhome out.
Which would have solved it, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of tight squeezes, should we say. But parking is free, and you can't park along the road up to the car park. You can't park along there either. So yeah, just word of warning. Just reminded me of that massive motorhome we just saw there. Not sure if they're going to be able to park anywhere.
I wouldn't have thought so.
So anyway, we're leaving the Black Isle now, and we're going to head through Inverness and onto the A82, isn't it?
Yep.
Along Loch Ness, because this is now the end of our North Coast 500, and we're going to make our way back home into England, taking a scenic route. Okay, so this is the end of day 8 of our tour around the North Coast 500. So let's take a look at what we've done today then, shall we? Here's me map. And where will we start? We started at Dornoch, just there, parked right on the coast there, right near the beach. And we headed out towards Tain, where we visited the Glenmorangie distillery, which is quite nice. Just bought a bottle there. Now, and then further down, we headed to. Noticed that there's one distillery there, which I missed. Not a miss, but I went by it. And then there's another distillery, the Black Isle distillery there, which we didn't go in either.
We stopped at Fort Rose.
But then we stopped at Fort Rose. And just on the end there is Shannon Point, where we saw the dolphins. And then now we've actually gone through Inverness and headed down here off this map. So that is the A82. So here's Inverness, and we've driven all the way down here, and now we are in a campsite at Fort Augustus. It does look amazingly beautiful out here, actually. I think this might be the only campsite in Fort Augustus. I'm not 100% sure with that, but anyway, let me show you where we are. Right, so there are some mountains. Just giving a bit of a pan, and in the distance they're just visible on the camera, although they are quite close. This other set of mountains, surrounded by mountains. Yeah, so it does seem a bit. It's not a bad campsite. Loads and loads of space here, and apparently the toilet block does seem okay. Bit expensive though, £25 a night. But anyway, that's going to be it for this particular trip around this episode, as I should say. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye. Okay, so there's Inverness, just for a reference point. Loch Ness, and right at the bottom here is where we started, Fort Augustus. So we come off the map here. Coming down here, we visited the Commando Memorial and had great views from there. Great memorial. We ended up going through Fort William, going along here. We had lunch here. This little parking spot. Great views of Loch Linney. And then we've come back round along Glen Coe. Now this along here is spectacular. Some the mountains just like stick out of the earth. Just gone past Loch Bar, and now we're situated just about there, right on the coast of Loch Tula. Today we've done 72 miles. Right, let's show you what it looks like then, shall I? Whoa. Now we're getting incredible views here. Zoe has already set up. Yeah, she's at the top of the hill, and just look at that. Hoping to see some great wildlife tonight. Mountains, loch, more mountains. If I go around and look this direction, mountains, and the A82. Superb. So we're thinking of staying this. Well, we're going to be staying here the night, and hopefully it should be quite quiet. Now you may be asking how we found this place. Well, I'm using an app on my phone called Parks for Night. It's an interactive thing. You can add locations and all that kind of thing, and obviously search for locations. It also does routing, and you can add comments and photos. It's a pretty good app. It probably doesn't have, you know, you don't have to pay for it or anything, or you don't have to sign up or anything. So it may not have as many as the more expensive apps, but it's working. It's doing its job. We have arrived at Cahavelock Castle, as you can see behind me, which is just a few miles south of Dumfries in Scotland. And in 1301, just watched the video, so I'm not being too intelligent. In 1301, King Edward I of England came along and attacked it, besieged it. After a few days of attack, stones being pelted and siege weapons attacking it, arrows, all that kind of thing, they gave up and pledged their allegiance to the king, etc. But when they let them out, there was only 60 soldiers in there defending the entire castle. That is amazing, don't you think? It is a three-sided castle with a moat all the way around it, and I'm going to now go and have a look inside. occupants now are crows, pigeons and swallows. Okay, so this is the penultimate day of our trip. We're currently in, well, very near Pembrokeshire. No, what am I talking about?
Penrith.
Penrith in Cumbria. And yeah, so we're just going to take a look back at our holiday, travelling around the North Coast 500 in Scotland. So, what did you think of it?
What a question to ask. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was...
I didn't know what to expect. I expected the roads to be worse than they were. I thought they were all right.
They're all right, weren't there? There's a
Yeah.
few potholes which we had
lots
to
of
navigate.
passing places.
I think the worst thing were other drivers. Some of them
Well,
were,
you get that
stupidly
everywhere, don't
drive. Yeah, I suppose so. But some people treating it like a racetrack.
It was nice that, with the motorcyclists and the cars and the, everybody was...
Everyone's friendly.
Yeah.
And the scenery was just amazing,
Yes,
wasn't it?
particularly on one side, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And then it kind of dwindled out, really, at the top.
Yes. So is that one? So
We enjoyed
what's
the
your-
first half, didn't we? More
yeah.
than
What
the
was your
last.
favourite part then? Was it the west side? Because mine was the west
Yeah.
side and the northwest side. The first
Yes.
part, actually, first few days.
And then it got a bit touristy, didn't it, at the top? And
What, near
Thurso.
Thurso? Yeah.
And the scenery wasn't so good.
Yeah, it was quite flat, wasn't it,
Yeah.
compared to the
It
mountains
wasn't
of the West Highlands? Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with you there. And
Oh.
so that was the least favourite, was it? Because it kind of
Yeah.
things petered out, didn't it? 'Cause every bend was like, wow, look at that, and then when you get to the north part and the east, it kind of flattened out, and it was straight roads, maybe a bit of the coast. But
I suppose the only...
the coast was a lot further away as well, wasn't it?
my only drawback, I suppose, but like with the NC 500, you have got to do a lot of driving, haven't you? Because it's a coastal road.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would have quite liked to not do so much driving, because then you sometimes miss bits, didn't you? You felt like you were on and especially because we were on a time limit, weren't we, as well?
Yeah.
It would have been nice to maybe say, we'll stop here 2 nights.
Yeah,
or,
it did feel that way, that we
we'll
had
spend a
to,
day.
because we didn't know how
walking.
long it was going to take us. I mean,
No.
the website said it was 5 to 7 days. It ended up taking us 8, didn't it? But we
But
weren't
didn't
too
really
sure.
Rush, but I just
No, we
felt
we
that
weren't rushing.
we had
But if we felt that after a while, we did feel like we were rushing, that we should kind of slow down, but we didn't know how long it was going to take us. We were only the quarter of the way round at that point.
Yeah,
We
and
thought,
then
"Blimey."
suddenly we were right round. weren't
Yeah,
we?
that's right. Yeah, so.
But yes, if you've got plenty of time and you
And
don't have to rush, it's better, isn't it?
And of course, the route does go by a lot of distilleries. That was one of my favourites.
And we didn't go to any of them.
Well, no, we went to 4 in the end. Dalwhinnie, Glenord, Kylesku, and Glenmorangie.
There were more. But
Basically, I went in and had a look round the shop and bought a bottle, maybe 2, and then that was it, wasn't it? I think it was only Glenord where we went round and
which was very interesting.
had a
wasn't it?
tour. Yeah.
Very visible.
But this is our kind of our first stab at wild camping on, I was going to say en masse, but we kind of enjoyed that. We got a taste for the wild camping, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Because of course,
Seems strange to go back to actually a campsite now, doesn't it?
yeah, it kind of in a slight way, it's a
Disappointment.
yeah, going back to a campsite with all the facilities. However, that's the thing, you see, with
haven't
the
got
facilities,
facilities, have
with
you?
wild camping, you can choose your spot more or less, and have it scenic and isolated and quiet. But then you got you got to start worrying about where you're going to put your waste and where you're going to get your water from, and there's no electricity other than what we have on board, which is lights essentially and the radio. So you can't charge a toothbrush, you can't use a hairdryer, you can't use the computer, right? So I'm way behind in my videos. I like to do them, do a bit of editing in the evening when I'm on holiday, but I haven't been able to do that. So I'm like, I've only done two, and I've got like
you have your pluses and
hours
minuses,
worth of
don't you?
video to go through. So there's so we need to sort something out there, I think, if we're going to do that a little bit more often. Get a solar panel and get an inverter or something so we can have electricity.
But the only place you can do wild camping is Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah,
You can't- can
there
you
are
do it
parts of
abroad?
England, but you can go in France, the
Yeah, do
Airs.
wild. Oh yeah, but
There's equivalent in Germany as well.
then again with the airs, have you got like your wastewater places and
yeah,
so
more
it's
or
not
less,
so
yeah. It's not so important.
difficult.
But in Scotland, it'd be amazing just to have a few days more than. Well, we had like 2 days in a row. Then we started getting a bit desperate about. Okay, we need to, driving along and you can smell the smell things. That's all I'm gonna say. Because you need to get rid of it. But I think that's gonna be it for this this catch up. This look back rather, not catch up. So if you've done the NC 500 even. or you made a shortcut and made it the NC 400.
You could. I mean, yes, you can go all the way around, but you could cut through.
Oh yeah, there's
couldn't
definitely
you?
some
Or you
places
could
you can
just
cut.
do part of it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't have to do the whole
And
thing.
in my head, I'm thinking of the next trip that we would do. I think next time we come up to Scotland, we'll go up. But the A9 is a great road to get into Scotland, right, all the way up to Inverness and further. But it's a bit dull. Now, if we go on to the west side, because the A9 goes up the east side. If you go up the west side, you've got all those inlets and. Well, if you look at Scotland, it's kind of the face part, the jaw and of a man, if you can imagine it being a person. So we can go up that side, you could cross a few short ferries, chain link ferries, and then go in, directly into the Highlands that way. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe even visit Skye, but not go all the way around the top.
Well, I think if you lived nearer Scotland, you could possibly do more areas, couldn't you? But because it took us 3 days to get up to Scotland,
Yeah.
and then it's going to take us 3 days, so you're kind of a bit time limit, aren't you, really?
Yeah. But anyway, let us know what you think of the videos and whether or not you've done the NC 500. Until next time, thank you very much for watching and goodbye. Thanks for watching our video. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed or leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more video updates or maybe even watch one of our previous videos. Bye bye now.